This is one of the many hallways in Lower Manhattan where masked immigration agents have been apprehending people outside of their routine immigration court check-ins. It's been happening almost every single day for the better part of the last 2 months, and we came here to witness it for ourselves. As of mid-June, ICE was detaining nearly 60,000 people. That's almost 45% above the capacity that was funded by Congress. And according to recent reporting from the New York outlet The City, inside this building, 26 Federal Plaza, apprehensions and hours spent in detention skyrocketed earlier this summer. An average of 89 people were detained inside 26 Federal Plaza each night in June, more in May and June alone than the first 4 months of the year combined. In just 5 hours inside 26 Federal Plaza, I saw armed and masked federal agents apprehending 5 different migrants who had appeared for their immigration hearings. This isn't a normal or long-standing practice. It is a new directive by the Trump administration playing out on several floors of this building. There are multiple floors inside this building, 26 Federal Plaza, where there are immigration courts, and that's where hearings are happening, and then those masked federal agents are detaining migrants who are coming out of their regularly scheduled immigration check-ins, some who are getting court dates to come back in the future, yet they're being detained, and then they're being held on the 10th floor of this building in a makeshift detention center where advocates and lawyers are saying people are being held longer than they're supposed to and in inhumane conditions. Access to that 10th floor isn't permitted, but in 2 videos obtained by the organization, the New York Immigration Coalition, you can apparently see one of the holding rooms on that floor where around 24 men are being held. Some are sitting on benches, some with those aluminum emergency blankets. DHS tells us that, quote, 26 Federal Plaza is not a detention center. It's a federal building with an ICE law enforcement office inside of it. And that, quote, any claim there's overcrowding or subprime conditions is categorically false.
Wait.
But a surge of immigration courthouse arrests and detentions across the country are why several organizations are suing the administration, alleging that these practices are violating the due process rights of the people in its custody. Lawyers and advocates say this is all part of Stephen Miller's grand plan of arresting 3,000 undocumented people a day. But like what we've all been seeing playing out on the streets of Los Angeles, these arrests affect far more than the worst of the worst criminals the administration had said they were going to go after in this mass deportation campaign. Also in May and June, almost 70% of those arrested at 26 Federal Plaza hadn't been convicted of any crime. And like LA, the collateral effect of these raids touches people not detained, including the many families that I saw roaming the hallways. Little children at their parents' hearings walking around with these agents towering over them, uncertain of what the future's going to bring, and if their family could be separated in those hallways next.